Today is Friday, July 12th, 2024. Of course, is Inside Nigeria, your breakfast show on Leadership Television. My name is Unifor the Global host on the program. On today's Inside Nigeria, we are just going to be looking at front headline stories of some select newspapers, including Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership. Let's start with Leadership, as we normally do on the program. Leadership Friday's main headline story. By the way, Leadership Friday is Nigeria's foremost Friday newspaper. And today's main headline story says local government financial autonomy. Supreme Court judgment throws up national debate. Article Tinubu article Labour Party orders hate judgment. Will obey Apex Court verdict, says Soludo O2. Is an assault on true federalism, Ibori. 50% of Nigerians' problems solved. NULGE, that is a National Union of Local Government Employees. Lawyers differ on verdict. Governors meet virtually. Local government areas collected 9.228 trillion naira in 5 years. I'll take that. Main headline story today on Leadership Friday. Local government financial autonomy. Supreme Court judgment throws up national debate. And the kickers. Tinubu article Labour Party orders hate judgment. We obey Apex Court verdict, says Soludo O2. Is an assault on true federalism, Ibori. 50% of Nigeria's problems solved. National Union of Local Government Employers. Lawyers differ on verdict. Governors meet virtually. Local government areas collected 9.28 trillion naira in 5 years. That is the kickers. Those are the kickers for the main headline story today. Trending on Leadership and other papers we have on our menu today. Mauritius TV CEO hates reps for backing local businesses. Defense headquarters alerts on plan to attack critical infrastructure. Sultan 33 Muslim groups seek Tinubu's intervention. Minimum wage, Tinubu Labour adjourned for more consultation. Alleged fraud, court to try Ganduje, 7 orders in absentia. And we move to the page 3 where we have our stand. Our stand today is on enhancing Nigeria's biotechnology efforts. Enhancing Nigeria's biotechnology efforts. From our stand, we move to the back page where we have Leadership Friday with conversation with Azu. Is writing on Olatunji Dare, to repay is to owe more. Olatunji Dare, to repay is to owe more. This is the back page of the paper. Meanwhile, this Sunday we have an all colorful, all glossy style magazine called Le Vogue. An insert in Leadership Sunday. Don't forget to get a copy of Leadership Sunday for a copy. From Leadership Friday, we move to the next paper we have on our menu, and that is Daily Sun. Daily Sun says Tinubu welcomes local government autonomy, says judgment will enhance through federal structure. Akpabio Abbas governors article Labour Party, Labour Agon, IPAC. Wiriwa Sans orders hate Supreme Court verdict. Story runs on page 6 of Daily Sun. Other stories as well. Rest move to protect journalists against arbitrary arrest, detention. Nigeria paying for consequences of 27 trillion naira ways and means loan, Cardoso. Minimum wage. Federal government labor talks deadlocked to meet again in 7 days. 62,000 naira, 250,000 naira still on card. I'm committed to just realistic wage, Tinubu. Appeal Court opposed Ododo's election as Kogi governor. Ajaka SDP candidate heads to Supreme Court. Bribery reporting rises to 8.6% from 3.6%, says NBS survey. Pay TV, Momplex boss hates rep seeks intervention for sector. The story runs on page 27 of Daily Sun. And with that, just before we go, we also have another last story on the cover of Daily Sun. It's actually sitting beside the man's head. Samoa agreement, propose amendment or withdraw. Catholic bishops tell federal government. With that, we conclude review of Daily Sun front headline story today. For more, log on to www.thesun.ng. From Daily Sun, The Guardian is next. Guardian still on local government autonomy by Supreme Court. While local governments have not escaped powerful claps of governors, of course, there's still a clause there. You have to find that on today's The Guardian. Beside that, arrested vessels cost Navy $10,000 daily in maintenance. Cardoso links inflation to failed 10 trillion naira intervention funds, CBN overdrafts. Nigeria's confidence in anti-graft war dwindling. Momplex boss rally support for pay TV sector, pays reps. Minimum wage, Tinubu Labour leaders pally inconclusive to continue next week. Graft charges, Ganduje wife orders to face trial in October. And of course, the big story on The Guardian today is on busy abattoirs. Unhygienic meat processing spike die health concerns. It's a big story and it runs on pages 4 and 5 of the paper. PET abattoirs, unhygienic meat processing spike die health concerns. Of course, we have illustration that native meat van and it says feeding the nation from the underbelly of Nigeria's meat market. And that also concludes the review of front headline stories today on The Guardian. For more, log on to www.guardian.ng. And from The Guardian, that brings us to this day newspaper. This newspaper is also on that Supreme Court judgment yesterday. Supreme Court is act of gross misconduct, paying local governments allocation through states. Supreme Court's verdict is act of gross misconduct, paying local governments allocation through states. Condemns dissolution, running of local governments via caretaker committees. Tinubu says verdict is historic, will enhance Nigeria's true federal fabric. Is a win for Nigerian people, Atiku asserts. Akpabio Abbas Fagbemi Soludo hail decision. Ibori is an assault on true federalism. The story runs on page 5 of this day newspaper. And beneath that, we have I never challenged my late husband over affair with Helen Press. Ajayi test court. Still a developing story of the Press family concerning the inheritance left behind by the late doctor. We move gradually to the masthead. After meeting labor leaders, Tinubu says Nigerian workers deserve improved welfare, better wages. Calls from realistic expectations over minimum wage. Meeting adjourns to next week without new positions. Ajero, no negotiation, status quo remains. President canvasses wage review every 2 years. And that takes us to the stories above the masthead of this day. Federal government oil producers agree on viable crude supply framework to local refineries. NUPROC directs refiners to provide monthly price quote on oil supply. Dangote refinery ramps up import of US crude by 6 million barrels so far. Cardoso, monetary policies yielding positive signs as month-on-month inflation slows by 50%. The story runs on page 5 of this day. For continuation of these headline stories and inside stories, log on to the website of this day, www.thisdaylive.com. From this day, we move to the last paper we have on our menu this morning, this Friday morning, and that is Vanguard. Vanguard has different mystery altogether as its main. It says executive order, drug makers see clear timeline, stable naira for 70% production. Executive order, drug makers see clear timeline, stable naira for 70% production. The riders maintain non-implementation hampering companies placing order on importation of raw materials orders. Say unless naira value was fixed, local drug manufacturing a mirage. These are the riders beneath the main headline story today on Vanguard newspaper. Executive order, drug makers see clear timeline, stable naira for 70% production. It will be recalled that President Bola Tinubu signed an executive order for local drug manufacturing in the country. Beneath that, we have Supreme Court verdict on local government autonomy. We've taken judgment in good faith. Governor Soludo O2. This story is on page 5 of Vanguard. Alleged 33 billion naira fraud. Ex-power minister Mama slumps in court before trial. And in sports, Super Falcons camp swells as Kanu Ikeozuo arrived. That takes us to the stories above the masthead of Vanguard. Dangote Refinery, federal government producers agree to supply crude, enhance domestic refining. Edo 2024, Obaseki inaugurates 20-man transition committee. Inflation, we are suffering for waste and means loan, Cardoso, the CBN governor, says. And that also concludes the review of Vanguard front headline stories today, Friday, July 12, 2024. For more, log on to the website of Vanguard, www.vanguardngr.com. So, viewers, with this, we also conclude today's Inside Nigeria, your breakfast show on Leadership Television. We've been looking at headline stories from some national newspapers, including Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership, and today, Leadership Friday. Don't forget to join us same time, same station next week for another fresh edition of the program. My name is Winifred Ubebo. Here is wishing you a beautiful weekend. Meanwhile, don't forget to join us for news on the hour on this station. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You